I need to be prepared. I legitimately don't even know what track this is. 53, because I missed last week and I'm feeling really shitty about it.
53.
Okay. 53. Are you so happy? Do you love working with me? You're like, I hate you so much.
I was hoping for 69. All these kids with 6, 7, they have no clue. Giggity.
Anyway. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Allie Show for track 53. I thought I was going to mess that up when I just said it. It felt wrong coming out. But welcome back for track 53. I have my co-host for the day, Eric from On the Runs. Eric, thanks for coming on the pod, not for your own episode or your own track, because you keep saying you're not going to come on my pod, but welcome as my co-host today to talk about Boston.
Thank you, Allie. I thought you were tricking me into coming on for my own track. Big fan, longtime listener, first-time caller. Big fan, happy to be here. You're doing awesome. 53 tracks. Way to go.
It's all because of you. So we had that one call many years ago at this point, and now I'm here.
I manifested it. You did the work. That's what happened.
That's so true. I like that. That's a good explanation. But you also do the work behind the scenes. So shout out to you.
I do.
Everybody
and I'm
knows
up
you at
so
this point.
late sometimes. I'm like 10 p.m. Allie, give me your intro. Give me your outro. Where is it? Oh, I'll do it. Oh, shoot, hold on. And I'm up so late to like 1 a.m, piecing it together. And a lot of it is hurry up and wait type of stuff. It's not like it's difficult or takes forever.
Yeah.
It's like hurry up and wait. You click a button, wait for it to upload, all those kind of things. But no, you are doing a fantastic job. I know you are bummed that this is not track 54 because you missed, I would have loved 54 in honor of Studio 54, but you missed last week, so this is 53, and I know you're bummed, but dude, you 53 tracks. Like, who else can say they've done 53 tracks? So what, you missed a fucking week.
That's crazy. I wish I didn't, because I was down bad with COVID. I didn't even know that existed anymore, but whatever. I digress. It's over. I'm past it, and I'm not salty about it anymore. I was, but I'm not anymore.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. COVID sucked when I got it.
It was pretty bad. Okay.
Well, what's going on?
I thought, oh, wow. Both of us doing a little intro in our own little segue into the next section. Nothing. I'm excited for Boston. I'm excited to see you almost next weekend in like a week and a half. It's going to be a great time. I'm really pumped about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is like my favorite time of the year for us. We've built this series on the On the Runs podcast. If anyone hasn't heard of that before, you should check it out. It's wicked awesome. We built this series called Boston Weeks. It started when my friend's girlfriend was running, and we're like, come on the podcast. It was like episode 8, and we wanted to talk about how hard it was to fundraise and the tips and tricks that people had for fundraising. And it kind of started this Boston Week series, and I got that name because I'm a big NASCAR fan, and Daytona used to always be Daytona Weeks. It was like you're there for more than a week, which is not the case anymore. They're there for like 5 days, so they should call it Daytona Days. But we turned it into Boston Weeks, and every April we dedicate the entire month to the Boston Marathon. We have runners come on who are running. We have legends. So a couple years ago, we had Catherine Switzer for our 100th episode. We should talk about that moment for you in a second, because you got to say hi to her. We've had you on for Boston Weeks.
I did.
We've had, next week we have some people who work for the Boston Athletic Association. You get to hear some cool stories. Dave McGilvery, the race director. And yesterday, Tuesday, a couple days ago for people who are hearing this now, we had Meb Keflezighi on the podcast, and that was wicked awesome. And it might be, like, it's definitely on my Mount Rushmore of episodes right now with him and Catherine, and I don't know who the other two would be yet, but that was pretty epic, and I've had a phenomenal response from everyone who listened to it yesterday. It's when you get a name like that, your engagement goes up by like 500%. So it was pretty awesome. Boston Weeks, I'm just so excited. I was born in Boston, so has a hometown feel, and I don't know how anyone will ever beat New York City when I ran it last year, but Boston, baby, it's the fucking best city in the world.
I honestly kind of have to agree. I think Boston is the best. I know that's a hot take, but I really do. I know it's elitist and whatever, and that's not why I think it's the best, but I just think it's a great city.
Well, the sports teams are in the city. Patriots are in Foxborough, but they're New England. It's like New York has sports teams and they actually play in New Jersey. Like we've just been on this run of championships the last 25 years. It's been epic to just live here and be a part of it. And really the entire region of New England minus Connecticut takes full ownership of Boston being their hometown team and the ownership of the marathon where New York City is really just New Yorkers and people who live in the suburbs, but
Yeah,
like people who live out in Buffalo don't really take
it's me.
ownership or upstate New York to New York. Boston, like everyone from Maine, New Hampshire, most of Vermont, Rhode Island, we're all Bostonians, as we like to call it. And we don't all talk like we're from Boston, but we definitely use some words a lot like wicked, and we love to say park the car. It's the best. So yeah, it is better than any other city out there, including all your listeners in New York City. So suck on that.
That's crazy. I loved it. I loved it. Cool. Well, we know how you feel about Boston and we know how you feel about New York now and New Jersey, but whatever.
Go Bruins.
I thought you were going to slip in. I thought you were going to slip into shit
New
talking
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Let's talk about New Jersey for a second. That's the armpit of America. Is it not?
The armpit of America? No.
Yes.
Is that what people say? That is so dumb. That is so dumb.
It's the armpit of America, New Jersey.
We have the best pizza.
I thought the bagels come from Long Island.
I don't think anything good comes from Long Island. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
I don't think anything.
Okay.
Respectfully, Long Island. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Is that a thing? Long Island iced tea? I don't even know if that originated there, but I feel like it would.
I don't know.
I don't even like them. I've had one in my entire life.
No, I've always heard as New Jersey is the armpit of America, and there's nicknames for other regions. Everyone thinks we're stupid up here because we talk funny and stuff too. So everyone has their own opinions about every region, but I digress.
That's true.
We're so off the tracks.
We're so off the tracks. I knew this was going to happen.
Who's going to run this show? Let's talk about you first, because you're running Boston. This is your third in a row.
Mm-hmm. Third time's the charm, right?
Are you excited? Are you like, how you feeling right now? You got 1.5 weeks to go until marathon Monday. How's training been going? Like, what's your game plan, fuel plan? Give me all the deets.
Oof. That's a loaded question. Training has been really good this cycle. I think that's why I keep saying third time's the charm, because the first year I ran Boston, I had a pretty good training cycle, but I got the flu. So then I just felt like absolute shit going into it. I was like, I had the post-flu symptoms. I trained very well. I had a great coach. Just felt like shit from the flu. Second year, I got like 3 weeks out and my Achilles was all messed up. So like I was going in and I did really well last year. There's no knock on that. I was well trained, but had to take like the 2.5 weeks off before the marathon last year to let my Achilles recover a little bit. So I was going in a little bit discouraged. Again, still did well. And then this year, I feel like, knock on wood, I mean, other than just having COVID, it came at the perfect time. I feel really good. I feel stronger than ever. I think this has been the best spring training block I've ever had. I know like my goal is to get faster for longer. I've been doing this since like mid-December. Like I took a little break after Marine Corps in October leading into November. And then, I've been running like 13 milers, 14 milers, that's how I started out, 13, 14 milers every weekend, despite like nobody telling me to do so. I was just doing it because I wanted to go into this cycle with like a good base.
What is your like game plan? Yeah. Are you racing? Like, are you racing this race? Or are you doing a victory lap?
No, I'm racing.
You're racing. Why are you racing?
For sure. I don't know. I think it's because first of all, I know I have the time in me that I want to get in Boston. And I just think that I have this different energy because I'm going in healthy, finally, and well-trained and just confident, more confident than I've been going into Boston in a long time. So,
have you ever run a race just for the fun of it, or have you always raced?
Well, the last marathon I did in this training block was just for fun, and I ended up
Mm-hmm.
PRing. Um, and it was
Just for fun.
purely by accident. And I think I found so much beauty in that because the week leading up to it, my carb load was great. My fueling strategy going into it, I think, was really good for like what I needed, and I figured out that I needed when I'm racing.
Yeah.
And I just had no pressure because I was like, well, fuck it. Whatever happens is going to happen. It counts as a marathon. Obviously, I still ran 26.2 miles, but it was purely last minute. One of my friends texted me like a week before and was like, yo, my friend got hurt. Do you want to take his spot? He transferred his bib to me. I made my way to Wilmington, North Carolina, and I ran this race, no pressure. And I ended up with a PR. And I've been chasing that for like 3 years. So, and my fueling was on point. I think I needed that confidence boost going into Boston. So that was the last one I raced for fun, and it ended up being a lot of fun. I met a lot of cool people and raced next to some really awesome new friends. It was great. It was great.
Your first Boston then, was that, did you race it or was that one for fun? Because I truly believe like when you do a big race that involves travel, involves a lot of time on your feet, sleeping in a different bed and taking in the expo, the fan fest, all the fun stuff. Like I really feel like to truly enjoy that experience, you just need to run it for fun. Like go out there, have a blast, party, kiss the girls on Wellesley, or high five every kid you see. Have you done Boston at all for fun before?
Yeah, I think my first one ended up being for fun because, and it was a tough pill to swallow at first because the weather sucked and it was really hot. And my race mentality and my pace and all of that kind of went out the window after the half marathon mark. And I was really struggling with the heat. And I was like, well, I could continue on and be upset about it and be
Mm-hmm.
upset about things I can't control, or I can continue on and have like a lot of fun. And that's exactly what I did. I mean it. Like it was like one of the biggest teaching lessons for me in marathoning was my first Boston because I had never had an experience like that where I kind of had to shift that mentality halfway through. Um, but it ended up being for fun, and it was great. I high fived everyone. People were getting the
Did
reference
you
of the
kiss the
Allie G
girls at
show on the
Wellesley?
Newton Hills. I did not kiss the girls at Wellesley.
Okay.
I probably
All
gave
right.
them a high five, but I did not.
I think Mike Beeman has in the past, but he's run 49 of these now. This is his 49th.
I
I'm
mean,
just I asked this because I do see how competitive you are, and I feel like every time I watch you race, you're really racing. And I just hope that anyone who's going to run Boston, especially for one of their first times, just enjoy the whole thing. Go run the cheap
mhm.
marathon in New Hampshire for your PR for time. I'm not telling you that you're doing it wrong, Allie. What I'm just saying is I hope people listening know that this is such a big race. Don't put the pressure on. Anything can happen
Yeah,
on race day. I would rather run it for fun. If and when I run Boston one day, I'm going to have a fucking party. I'm going to have a blast. I might run a 4 hour marathon, which is fast for me, but at the same time, I'm not going to be like A goal, B goal, C goal. Again, nothing wrong with that. A lot of people have those goals. That's just not for me. I ran New York City
yeah,
slower than my Ironman marathon. When I did an Ironman, I ran the marathon after the 2.4 mile swim and the 112-mile bike ride faster than I ran New York City by like 5 minutes. So, and I did a lot of walking in that Ironman, but I was also like 198 pounds soaking wet. I was 225
yeah,
last year, and I had a blast. Like Hannah and I had an absolute freaking party. It was insane. I took it all in. I wasn't worried about stopping to take a leak because I remember the porta potty lines were long, and I just wasn't worried about any of it. I
yeah.
knew we were going to finish, and I knew it was going to be fun. And maybe if you run one of these with a friend, I feel like I'm telling you not to race this race. No, go out there and race it. But
I
if you do it
know.
with a friend,
What are
go out
you
there and
trying to convince
party.
me out of, Eric?
I want you to
What
stop
the
at mile
fuck? No,
19.2 and take shots with us and do keg stands.
I know you do. I can't do it. I can't do it. One thing I will say is that, and again, I don't want to like beat a dead horse here, but I've done a few of these. I haven't done the most of anyone, so I'm not trying to say that, but Boston will be my 10th marathon in like the last 3-ish years.
Mm-hmm.
And
You've
I
raced
think
every
like
one.
the race
You're not burned out
mentality.
yet.
No, I have not. No, I have not. The
You just
race
said you
mentality
ran
is
one for
different for
fun
me.
and
Like
said you
I,
PR'd.
I know, but it's not. But I wasn't like intending to, which I think is the biggest compliment to yourself and like the biggest testament to your coaches, to your
Right.
dedication, to anything that you're striving for. I think is like I was so happy texting my coaches, being like, "Well, that went really well," because I had and my coach texted me back, shout out Matt. He was like, "Girl, this wasn't a fluke. Like stop saying that you just felt good." He was like, "You
Mm-hmm.
worked your ass off for this time, and just because it happened here and not, at Boston, which I never expect a PR at
Yeah.
Boston." So when I say I'm racing, I mean I'm just trying to maintain the pace that I know that I've trained for and I'm confident I can hold for 26.2 miles. I'm not going for a PR in Boston. I know, and I don't want to, I never say never. I don't think it's conducive to a PR right now for me. I think I have other goals that I want to focus on. So when I say racing, I mean like I'm just trying to maintain pace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think, to kind of
And I have
spin it
fun doing
back
that.
on.
That's fun for me. That's
Yeah.
fun
And,
for me,
and,
even
and
though that sounds psychotic.
yeah. And for the listeners, I love to play devil's advocate. So and I feel comfortable giving you a hard time. But to
You can, you
compliment
can.
you, I think it shows how that the work is paying off by running the PR when you put no
Mhm.
pressure on yourself. The work is paying off. So your coach is
Yeah.
right. You've put in that work and got there. And I'm not saying don't go for a PR. I'm just, just playing devil's advocate, talking, having fun, discussing your mindset going into this. And I always find it curious the people who go into race versus the people who go into what I like to call the victory lap, where you did all the work. I had this one friend, his name's Scott Black, and Scott was trying so hard to get into Kona, the World Championships of Ironman. And he goes, when I qualify for Kona, I'll get a coach. And he told me like who will coach him, and it's like a local guy here. I go, no, why don't you get the coach now? Qualify for Kona with the coach, and then
Mhm.
you're in Kona. You don't need one anymore. Go enjoy the victory lap. So a lot of people who run Boston work their ass off to get that BQ and then to get the buffer and to get in. And I'm just like, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And I hope you guys all,
Mhm.
whatever your goal is when you're running Boston in a week, enjoy the ride.
Maybe I will have more fun according to your standards next year, but
All right. All right. You can
but I'm
have more fun,
excited.
by the way, by just hanging out with us in the cheer section and cheering people. You don't even have to run the marathon. I know you want to. I know you want to. But,
I know.
I can't wait to see you crush it. You're going to crush it. So let's go into that fuel plan. What is your fuel plan? You just tested it doing a marathon a couple of weeks ago. What's that fuel plan you
Mhm.
have for Marathon Monday?
Okay, so I usually start with some salt tabs, salt stick, salt tabs. Shout out Salt Stick. I just became an ambassador. I love their products. I recently learned that I'm a very salty sweater, and that is exactly what I was missing during races. I've used them in the past, and then the last like year and a half, I was really testing them out.
Did you talk to Noah?
I did not talk to Noah. Who's Noah?
Noah runs all the salt stick people. Unless he
Should I
left
have
in the last
Noah
month or
on my
two.
pod?
Yeah, yeah.
I hope he
Actually,
didn't
no, it'd be great.
leave.
And we're having another Salt Stick ambassador in our pod later this year, who I met in New York City. She was actually in the Salt Stick mascot costume, so she's pretty cool. Her name's
Oh my
Brittany.
God, that's amazing.
Noah's been working for Salt Stick for a while. He's at all the events in Boston, New York. He was at the Run Show or the running event in Houston. I think it's in Houston or Texas, maybe Austin. He does all the salt stick stuff. That stuff's good. Erica is an ambassador, and it's great. They have
So
like
good.
gummies now too.
I just realized that, and I think I'm gonna. Hopefully, they'll send me like a. I think they're sending me like a little goodie bag, but regardless, I just ordered some to try. So I'm excited to try those. I won't try them on race day. No shade to Salt Stick, of course. I will be using their, fast chew tabs. But I usually do. I start with 2 of those while I'm taking off. So a lot of people do a gel. I start with the salt and peanut M&Ms, of course. There's like no doubt that I'm having a pack of
That's
peanut M&Ms
interesting.
at the start line. Every time, every race, it's a tradition. It's good straight sugar. Probably just goes right to my head. Anyway, I will be doing fast chews from Salt Stick at the start, along with my peanut M&Ms, and then every 25 to 30-ish minutes, I'm going to take a precision gel. And in between each gel, I do more salt tabs, and I just repeat the entire way. I do throw in 1 calf gel, 1, maybe 2, depending on if I really need it. But they kind of make me feel like I have a fire under my ass. So I don't know. I might need them.
Throughout the entire length of the race, how many salt tabs and how many gels do you think you'll take in total?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Probably 9
Math.
gels, maybe 10.
Wow. I mean, yeah. I mean,
and
your
I
stomach
went through
does
an
good with
entire
that?
pack and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've gotten to points where I'm like grossed out. The precision gels that I take are very neutral. They're kind of like Martin, but not as like jello-y. They're kind of just like a little bit more liquidy. But I will legit go through an entire pack and a half of the salt tabs, like the fast chews. I don't even know if that's like healthy to do, but I really don't care in the moment. So nobody come for me on that one.
Now, you want to hear an insider trick I have that I learned in my Ironman days is the day before your race. Maybe you should try this before your next run. I don't know. You're probably already in taper time, but I've always enjoyed grabbing a bag of pretzels, like a big bag of pretzels, family size, and just snack on those like the entire 48 hours before the race. Snack on pretzels, a little bit here, a little bit there. That's something I've always taken. And chips is just as good. I think pretzels is probably a little better. But yeah, just,
do you
carbing up in a way.
Like, do you do the days?
I don't like have a plan when I do these. I just I love pizza and I'll eat a pizza the night before. My PR half marathon, well, my old PR half marathon, I got on a whim. I was in Lake Placid, New York for a wedding. And the day of the wedding, there was the Lake Placid Classic Half Marathon. And I signed up in the morning. And the night before, I was up eating a pizza and Pabst Blue Ribbon. 6 beers, a full pizza, hanging out with the boys.
Holy shit.
Till about 2 in the morning. And then I PR'd that half marathon and I carb loaded on the beer and pizza. Like, that's just...
so good.
But again, I'm never racing
I wouldn't
these.
advise the beer, but
no,
I know.
Absolutely advise the beer.
I put that shit on my Instagram story. I ate a full pizza the night before that marathon. And I ate a salad. Like, I'm not afraid of salad. I'm not afraid of vegetables. Sometimes you need that to get it moving. Sometimes you need that to have your oh crap moment in the morning. And sometimes you just need to eat a whole pizza. I've never had a drink before a race, though. I can't say I've done that. But my carb load is to a T. Like, I will take 3 days and map it out and hit 490 grams of carbs every day. As disgusting as that sounds.
The difference is you're racing. I'm just out there to have fun. That's the difference.
It's fine. We all have our own journey.
One day you're going to run a marathon with me for fun, and we're going to have pizza and beer the night before. Like, maybe we have you do a buff chick calzone, some buffalo wings, maybe add some hot sauce. Have fun with it.
So you want me throwing up? That's what you want. I can get on board with the beer. You can. I think we should. You know what? I think we're gonna do this. I think we have to do this.
Yeah, we'll do it.
You pick the marathon.
New York one day. New York.
No way am I racing New York after drinking beer and chicken wings. I don't even eat chicken wings.
Just the beer. Like, no, I can't wait
Yeah,
to
just
run
the
New
beer.
York
That's
again.
fine.
I want to run it in 2027, and we're gonna go out for pizza and beer the night before. 6 beers.
Okay. I'm gonna be
R-
trashed, but okay.
racing for fun. You're gonna be done eating and drinking by 7 o'clock, and then it's the marathon before the marathon. Getting to New York, the beer's gonna be out of
Yeah,
your system, but you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Again,
we'll
we're
see.
not setting records here when we do this.
That's very true.
So what are you going to eat the night before Boston?
The night before Boston. This is tricky. Usually I do pasta or pizza.
Sauce?
I think we're doing a pizza party. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sauce, everything, the whole nine. I usually do, if you want me to get really specific, I usually do a pizza with red onion and some sort of like either mushrooms or like and some sort of green. Like the last time I had red onion, mushrooms, and spinach, and it was fire. And I loved it. Again, but that's for me. Like, I'm not afraid to eat vegetables and all that. Like, I know everybody's like, I can't eat anything green. I've never followed that rule and I've been fine every time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in Boston, I think we're doing a pizza party in my hotel room. So if you want to come, you're invited.
You're staying at a hotel room. This is different. So in the last couple of years, you stayed at your
It is
cousin's
different.
house. Where are you
I know they're
staying in
not
the
going to be
city?
home.
Outside the city? Are you like, okay, tell me about your logistics here. When are you driving in? When are you coming into the city to start?
I'm coming in on Saturday morning, super early, planning to go right to the expo and then do a bunch of fun things throughout the day. Sunday, going to the Red Sox game, of course, because it's the only thing that keeps me off my feet in Boston. I swear to God, it's the only way that I sit on my ass for as long as I should the day before. I will be staying in Brookline at a hotel. My family is not going to be home this year. I'm so sad.
They don't give
And
you the
last year
keys to
when
the
I went and
house?
stayed at their apartment, well, they no, they do, but they're like going internationally, I think. So I don't want to be responsible for the key. So yeah, I can't be that person that like loses the key. And last year we set the alarm off like immediately upon arrival. So they're probably like, you're never staying
Okay.
here again.
I do like the hotel option, but I mean, your key excuse is
I've
pretty
stayed there
lame.
before. I stayed there for I'm like weird about staying at people's houses when they're not there, which is funny because I literally am the first person to be like, "Yeah, stay at my apartment. I'm not going to be there." Like I don't care. Go through my shit. What do I have to hide? Like, imagine I have like millions of dollars. Um I've stayed at this hotel before and they do a really nice setup in the morning. It's right by the T, so I literally am just going to hop on the T and go a few stops
Mm-hmm.
to get there and then go on the bus. And every year I'm somehow late to my wave. I don't understand it because I am exactly where they tell me to be and on which bus they tell me to be on because you can only get on your color coded bus. And every year I'm
Okay.
late and I'm running to the start line. So we'll see what happens
Are
this
these
year.
school buses or are they nice buses, by the way?
They're nice buses, I think, if I'm
Okay.
remembering correctly. Yeah, air
Nothing wrong
conditioned.
with the yellow
Even
school
though
bus, but
no, I took a yellow school bus to the Wine Glass Marathon when they bussed us out to the middle of nowhere. So seen it all, been on it all.
all right. So Saturday you arrive, you're going to do the expo Saturday. You're going to say hi to Ashley Paulson and get her on your podcast? Because you know what she's
Yeah, of
doing?
course.
She's going to be setting the world record for the fastest 100 miler on a treadmill. She's
On a
starting at
tread. I
4:30 in the
know.
morning, and she's hoping to be done by like probably in 12 hours or something, around 4:30 Saturday evening. So you're gonna go
Yep.
say hi to her? Like, are you excited
Of
for the
course.
expo? Have you been checking out the apparel and everything? Are you just gonna wear all backline? What's your expo day game plan?
Yo, the apparel is killing me this year because it's 130 and I'm like, shit, I qualified for the 130th Boston Marathon. I've always wanted to run an anniversary year of a race and I'm like using that as my excuse to buy everything. I did get a lot of the Adidas stuff because I think what they put out was really sick. I do see that Heartbreak is releasing some stuff tomorrow in partnership with Nike, so I'll be grabbing some of that. I'm sure I'll buy a ton of stuff at the expo that I don't need, but I do that every year. And yeah, I mean, of course, I'm wearing backline to race. I never I never deviate. That's my tradition. Yeah, I'm excited for the expo. I love the Boston Expo. People tell me they hate it. I love it. I think it's great. Every single year. I'm like, this is the best expo. So it's gonna be a good day. And of course I'm saying hi to Ash. And of course I want her on the pod. I know she's gonna beat the record. There's no doubt. So I'm hyped for it.
Well, she was supposed to run Arizona Monster 300 the other day, and she pulled out. So I don't know why she pulled out. I don't know if she had an
Maybe too
injury
prep.
going on or what happened. So I don't know. We'll text her. We'll find out. So I think Saturday evening you're going to hang out with me. We'll have some beers. You know, we'll carb you up Saturday with some beers. But
Yeah. I'm gonna have 6 beers.
yeah, yeah. And then Sunday you're going to the Red Sox game. Who are you going to be with? You have your pit crew, the usual crew, or some people not making it this time?
Pit crew, only one person is not making it this year. He has prior travel plans. But the whole pit crew will be there. I'm so excited. They're making shirts again. I don't know what is on the shirts. I'm excited to
Probably
see the
6,
shirts.
7.
I'm sure it's going to be, yeah, 6, 7 ugly pictures of Big Al and me eating things that I don't eat anymore. Like, I think on the first year they did the shirts, they put me eating a rib, which is hilarious because I'm a vegetarian. So they think it's funny. And I obviously think it's funny. So they will
Wait,
be making
you're a
shirts. They're going to be
vegetarian?
in Brookline. Yeah, you didn't know this? Well, okay, I should say I've like been dabbling in chicken for a while because it was the least offensive to get back into, and my doctor was like, "Yo, you need to like eat protein. That's not
Since
from
when were
beans."
you like? When did this start? Like, has this been for a long time? I've been talking to
Mhm.
you so much for the last couple of years. Never knew you were a vegetarian.
I know. Well, I never lead with that. Um, since 2018,
Wow,
I've been a vegetarian.
wow. What kick started that?
Um, you know what? I just like wasn't. I don't like the way that red meat like it doesn't sit well with me. I was breaking out
Hmm.
a lot. And it just came as a
So
suggestion
it
of like
wasn't like
a
the
doctor to stop
inhumane
eating
way they treat chickens and cows and everything. It was just the way it tasted, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna.
a little part of it with the cow situation. I love cows. I can't like if I'm looking at something that people consume, I have to like block it out of my brain.
It's never bugged me the way. We're going so far off the tracks, Allie. Like, reel
I
this in
know.
here. All right, Sunday, Red Sox game. You got your pit crew. They're going to make T-shirts that say 6, 7 and Big Al and pictures of you eating food. I'm assuming you're going to like take it easy that night. Go into the hotel. What time do you
Mhm.
think you're waking up on Monday?
I'll probably be up at 5:30, maybe 5.
That's not bad.
Actually, I
What
that's a
time?
great question. I actually have no idea what time I have to be on the bus. So I need to like figure that out before I give you a straight answer. Last year I
What
think I
about
woke up
years
at
past?
4:30.
Okay.
Yeah, last year I woke up at 4:30 because you know you can't sleep the night before, and I'm super excited for this year. So I just know I'm not gonna be able to sleep, but it's the night before that matters. So get sleep on Saturday night if you're planning
That's
on
good
not sleeping on
advice.
Sunday night. Yeah,
That's
that's my
really
best.
good
You know,
advice.
my therapist told me that. He was like, "It's the night before that counts." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "No, I promise you if you get a good night's sleep on Saturday night, your body is expecting to like not sleep on Sunday night
Cool.
because you're so jazzed up." And I follow that to a T. I knock myself out on Saturday night. Like I
All
will take
right.
NyQuil. I will, and I again don't advise because you know you're not
I
supposed to take
mean,
it
I
if you're
don't
not sick or
advise you
whatever. But
mix a lot of NyQuil with alcohol, but you know, we'll load you up, carb you up with pizza. We'll be snacking on pretzels all day, and we'll
yeah,
have some beers at the Sam Adam Tap House.
yeah, 26.2 brew.
But that's great advice. That's great advice. But Sunday night, going to bed early, waking up Monday morning, taking the T to the bus. Are you going to be by yourself? Do you have like, do you know people running? Are you going to be tagging along with them, meeting up with them to take the bus ride, or
Mhm.
are you all solo here?
No, I'm going to be meeting up with some friends I actually met last year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a fun story to tell. I love telling this story and pointing it out because I think when you branch out on race morning and you're so nervous, like something as simple as meeting somebody new can really calm your nerves. The first year I did Boston, I met this couple, and for the longest time I didn't even know their names because my tracker went out. So I had their bib numbers we exchanged all the things before the race and whatever. And I was like, oh, I'll put their names in my phone when the race is over. And then I was going based off the tracker, and then my tracker reset. So I
Yeah.
lost their names. Whatever. Long
Oh
story
no.
short, I met this couple. They were like, can you take our picture and text it to us? And I'm like, yeah, sure. We're taking pictures, whatever. Long story long, we all shared peanut M&Ms at the start line, and now it becomes tradition to text each other whenever we're doing a race, and we text each other a picture of the peanut M&Ms, and then the other person replies and they're like, what race are you racing today? So that's the first
That's
year story.
cool.
Last year,
I love
it
that.
was so fun. It's so fun. I literally texted both of them when I was doing the Wilmington Marathon, and I sent them just a picture of me holding the peanut M&Ms, and they're like,
Are they
let's
young
fucking
like
go.
you, or are they older? Or are they like tell me about these people. Get them on
Probably
your
mid
podcast
30s.
too.
Met a friend, Rachel, and we met going onto the bus. We have this iconic picture together going onto the bus where I'm like lifting up my sweatshirt because that's how you have to show your bib when you get on the bus. And the photographer came over and was like, hold on, all of you come in and take a picture together. So that is literally how we found each other after the race, because we didn't exchange numbers. We just found each other on Instagram, whatever. So anyway, I will be meeting up with Rachel at the start line, and a few other friends that are racing. I was planning on running with a run coach that's in New York, but I think he starts way earlier than me with the way the new corrals are. But
Yes, 7 waves
regardless, we'll
this
be
year.
meeting up. Dude, I
I
start like
almost
15
hope.
minutes later, and
Yeah.
I'm bent about it. I'm not gonna lie. It
No,
sucks. I'm
you
like,
know
I got
what?
faster and I'm starting later. How the fuck is that possible?
That's okay. You know what I'm kind of hoping? So Boston has a big problem where it's a good problem to have, but they only allow 35,000 runners. The only year they allowed
Hmm.
more was 40,000. It was 2014, the year after the bombing. I wonder if this adding 2 more waves is like a trial to see how it goes. And maybe if it goes well, they can then add more participants.
I mean, I
Maybe.
hope
I don't
so.
know.
I
Like,
hope more people
I'm
get to
just
run it. That's always
spitballing
my hope.
thinking about that. So,
Well, I love that. But yeah, that's the morning. I'm planning on meeting up with a bunch of people that I know from home that I met in the years prior. And it's going to be a good time. That is truly my favorite thing on race morning, because I get so excited, so excited, so excited. And then I get so nervous right when I get
mhm.
to the sign that welcomes you. Um, and yeah, Hopkinton is like a place where I feel very anxious and very nervous. And then when I walk up to the start line and go down that first hill, suddenly it's just like all goes away. I think it's just the lead up to the start where I get very, very nervous.
Yeah. I think, it's always for me in sports. I grew up playing hockey a lot. I refereed college hockey. I remember like one time refereeing the number 2 and 3 nationally ranked college hockey team in the country. And I always, no matter if I was refereeing that game or just any college game, nervous before. But like once the
Hmm.
puck drops, in your case, once you toe the line and you hit start on the watch, those nerves just, I mean, does it do it for you too? It just disappears. It's like now you're in the zone. You
Hmm.
forget that you were even nervous until hours after the race, and you're like, or the game, and you're like, wow, I was so nervous, but that went so well, or it was so much fun. Like those nerves are fun before because it means you care and you want to do a good job and you want it to go
Yep.
well. But then when you
So
hit
true.
that watch and you say start, they're gone.
Hmm.
Just like instantly
Yeah.
disappear. I'm never nervous after the puck drops or I total line. Like, what about, are you?
No, I'm never nervous. I think I used to be. And I think, not to gas myself up, but I think I've grown so much as a runner where it's kind of just like, and I respect going into a race with A, B, C goals. I'm not trying to say that, but I've also learned to respect that there are things way beyond your control that can affect your race day. So you could be the perfect athlete, you could be perfectly trained. I mean, look at all these elite athletes, right? Like the Sarah Halls, the Kira D'Amatos, all of these amazing women and other athletes, male athletes too, that are just like so humble and willing to like admit if they had a bad day because of X, Y, and Z,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think I've kind of learned that over the years in doing this so much that when I click start, like I literally like it's kind of just like, oh, you really like, am I really going to run 26 miles? And then when I click start on my watch, it's like, oh, well, there's no way in hell I'm not finishing this unless there's something medically wrong with me. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I would do whatever I had to do after clicking start to finish a race, even if it was for fun, if it was a goal race, right? And I think I just am able to lock into that mentality and it all goes away. Like you just forget. And then by the time you're
Yeah.
done, like by the time those nerves go, it's like mile 3 and you're like, "Oh, I feel really good. What can I change? Can I do something better? Are things going well? How's my fueling?" And you just find your process of like talking yourself down and not letting the nerves creep back in.
Mm-hmm. So I know earlier in the podcast in this track we talked, and I really kind of played devil's advocate pretty hard and saying you should just run for fun, take it easy, enjoy it. It's a victory lap. But I know how you are. What is your game plan for the race? What are your goals? Like, what are you shooting for here? You PR'd a couple weeks ago in Wilmington. You got your fueling down. Like, if if this is your M&M, your one shot, like, what is your A goal?
It's a good question. I think my A goal, because I don't like to set myself up for failure.
Yeah,
My A goal, I think, is to hit a 3:15. And I did really well in Boston last
that's
year. I BQ'd again in
fast.
Boston. I did a 3:18 last year with a half busted Achilles. And I know I could do 3:15. I know I could do faster. Um, but I'm going in with the mentality of 3:15 as the A goal, 3:10 as the B goal. And I just like the C goal, I just want to nail my nutrition. I think that's been something that I've been lacking. And I preach I preach nutrition all the time. I've never like not like played with nutrition. I've never not fueled, but it's also like
Mm-hmm.
I haven't found the perfect mix and I don't think I ever will, but I have found something that I know helped what I was lacking. So I'm really hoping that that goes well. And my goal always for Boston is to not walk on the Newton Hills. And that is no shade to anybody that walks on the Newton Hills. I just like it can be such a turning point in the race for me personally. And I think making it over the Newton Hills and just keeping the pace consistent and staying on pace can actually be really helpful for the last like 3 miles of the race. Because when you go down that big hill, you still got miles to go. So I think it's a point where a lot of people can give up mentally. So I think just for me, one thing is to not walk on the Newton Hills and to just be consistent.
All right, so you're not stopping at mile 19.2. You're just going to run by us
No, but I'm
again.
gonna give you a high five. I'd stop.
Okay.
Listen, I could just blow by you and not say anything. I would never do that. But I'm not gonna stop. If I stop, I'm not gonna keep going. There's no way I'm
No,
gonna keep going.
no, we have no problem with that. You go do your thing. We're gonna be
But I
I
will
mean,
take
you might
all
be
the
a little
goodies.
later though. We might be gone. You're starting in a later wave apparently. So we might leave and not even cheer you on.
Dude, I'm gonna pretend you didn't even say that. The sadness I just felt like internally, even though I knew you were joking the second it left your mouth.
A 310 B goal. That's interesting. Your A goal is slower than your B goal. Um that's fast. That's really fast. What's your slowest marathon?
Boston, the first year.
What was the
I
time?
think I ran a 3:36.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's fast.
yeah,
Allie, you are fast. You're gonna have a blast. Just have fun at the same time. You know, I
yeah,
just hope that, those are some big goals and you put in the work to get there. And I hope
yeah,
that you're happy at the end with no matter if you got A, B, or C. Um, it's going to be a blast. Take it all in. I hope that a lot of runners can, let's just say it's not your day because you can't control the heat. You can't control the weather. Might be snowing. You never know. It's New England. Weather is unpredictable here. I hope that if you're running the Boston Marathon this year, and if it's not your day, just switch and have fun. And don't be upset about whatever happened that made it not your day because a lot of it is out not in your control.
hmm it's true. It's very true.
You've been so lucky that, you've had 9 marathons now, working on your 10th. Like, I think you've pretty much hit really good days. That first Boston Marathon being the one that wasn't because it was hot. Like, that was a hot day and you stopped and everyone was stopping and walking. Like, you've really gotten
I thought I
lucky.
was
You
gonna
haven't had
vomit.
like, yeah, I mean,
So
that's
bad.
great. It's a good story for later too.
Yeah.
Meb
Yeah.
vomited the year he won the Boston Marathon. He vomited in his hand. If you didn't know that, listen to
Mm-hmm.
my recent
Mm-hmm.
episode of the On the Runs podcast. But it makes for a good story.
No, it's funny that you said that. Well, of course, I listened to Meb's episode and it was incredible as expected, but
What's his favorite ice cream?
I wasn't paying attention. I was running while I was listening, but I did know the throw up. Um, I will say I texted my sister the second I finished the Wilmington Marathon because I tried to call her and she didn't answer. So fuck you,
Shout
Kate,
out,
but
Kate.
whatever. And
Ooh.
well, I wanted her to be there when I PR'd my first marathon like that, like my first PR after Chicago, because she knew how I felt about a PR. I'm just giving her shit. It's fine that she didn't answer the phone, but I did text her and I was like, my tongue is on fire and my tongue is numb and I think I'm gonna vomit the second I get in the car. And I ended up being fine. I ended up like taking a minute, drinking some water, and then I jogged to the coffee shop around the corner to get a coffee, and I was healed.
You're going to have a great day.
Okay, so Meb's ice cream. So in my defense, I I always listen when I'm running in the morning, and I had like 6 miles easy, so I didn't get to like I made it through like 3/4, and then I was at the same time I'm literally posting things for my job, and then I'm texting my friends about plans this weekend, and I'm like, I need to just like be in the miles that I'm in. So I'm sorry for missing Meb's favorite ice cream.
It's okay. Well, Boston's going to be a lot of fun, regardless, PR or not. But you are going to crush those goals. This episode has been so off the tracks everywhere. I apologize. I'm a terrible host. I'm recording from my car. But what else do you want to talk about? What else do you want to
Yeah,
tell everyone
imagine.
before we cap this off?
That if you're running Boston, don't be discouraged by the Newton Hills. I think everybody says that to first timers where they're like, it's so bad. Like I said, it's an incline, not gonna lie to you. It sucks for a long time, not gonna lie to you, but it can really help you in the end, if you kind of stay locked in. Second, I just can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait to see Big Al's pit crew in Brookline. I cannot wait to see you guys at mile 19. It's one of my favorite parts of Boston every year,
Point
and I'm
two.
not just saying that because you're co-hosting my podcast, 19.2. I mean, I was way off the other day. So when I said it, I was like, "What mile are you at? Mile 31.5?"
23?
No, literally. My pit crew is at mile 23. That's why. So you guys are all on the same level in my mind. I love you all. I'm very excited for that. I'm really excited for all of the events going on. I'm excited for On the Runs and you and Erica to be doing
Mm-hmm.
some live interviews at the post marathon party. What do they call it? Mile 27 party. I'm excited for
So
that. I am going up to be interviewed by you. I can't wait. And yeah, it's going to be a great weekend.
we've gotten some cool opportunities. We've been knocking on the door and maybe even stomping on the door, kicking it open. We've done live shows this past year. We just did another one last week. It's a lot of fun. We do them from races, and so it's caught on. And the BAA is setting up a podcast stage for podcasters to come. And honestly, like the Allie G show could probably do one next year, and we can figure it out. But it's cool. We got media credentials this year for the photo tower, for the hotel, for general areas. We're gonna be recording a live podcast on Saturday from the Fan Fest at 6 p.m. And we have people coming, hopefully from like Team Hoyt and the Boston Bulldogs and a few others for that recording. And then Sunday, I am penciled in to be a stage host at the Fan Fest as well. And I say I'm penciled in because they're trying to get somebody, Patriots legend, to do some stuff. But they asked me if I would be available, and when you're trying to knock the door open, you always be available. Availability is the best ability. And so I just said, sure, pencil me in if you need it. If not, I said I was available. Monday, we're going to have our typical day sharing at mile 19.2. And then, yes, the mile 27 post race party, which is a ticketed event, by the way. So if you're in Boston, you want to go, it's a $5 ticket. It's not that bad at all. We will be recording a live podcast. I say live, like it's not going to be live streamed on YouTube or anything, but we're going to be recording a podcast and it will drop a couple days later on the feed with everyone at the party. And we'll have some people like yourself there. You'll come on, tell us how your race went. Did you hit that A goal, that B goal? How'd the beer taste the night before? Were you on your feet too much? Whatever. I'll probably play devil's advocate and tell you everything you did wrong and then tell you at the end, I am proud of you and you did amazing. But we'll have hopefully some randos come up to the stage too and talk and tell us about their day in Boston. So 2 recordings, plus we're going to do like last year we did like a on the ground episode. Remember we're in Sam Adams. We're all talking on the, with
So
the microphone,
fun.
passing it around. And we had people throughout the weekend when we're walking around talking, and we did like an on the ground episode, and it's just been great. So we had 1, 2, 3 Boston episodes now. We have 2 more next week with some people from the BAA. And then we have a girl named Trenny. Trenny works for NBC Sports Boston. If anyone watched the Olympics on Peacock, you saw Trenny. She was a studio host for a ton of the Olympics. So she's our guest next week as well. She's run 5 Bostons, and one of them landed her in the hospital. So, I'm just excited. The whole
Wow.
Boston Weeks thing. And yeah, we'll get you on stage. We'll embarrass you in front of the crowd. We'll
It's
ask
fine.
you, what went wrong, not what went right, and
Yeah,
have a good
of
time.
course.
And then we'll have some beers to celebrate after at Sam Adams. So
That's
I'm
fine.
pumped.
We can have beers
More
after.
things. Yeah, I'm pumped. More exciting things are going to happen next year. And you just keep rolling the Allie G show track by track every week, and we'll get you in there too. Like, I know you were kind of discouraged last week, but you're crushing it. I mean, you're doing so much better than I was by 53. 50 was like, I just got my first big guest who I wanted, and that was a guy named Ryan Van Duzer. And then the next episode was Dave McGilvery. So right at 50 was like when I felt like we were starting to roll consistently and get on people's radar. But now I'm at 219, and I'm still finally breaking some doors down. So you're
Yeah.
doing fucking amazing. Don't be discouraged by 1 week. As you continue to do this, you'll have stuff to fill in on those weeks you can't make, but we'll get you in there next year. We'll get you to do a live pod. It takes a lot of organization and prep, though. I'll be honest. Like, I've been prepping for these live recordings for about a month now, trying to line up the guests, make sure they can be there at the exact time, getting the content ready. Because how often, like you and I, you are more prepared than me right now. I'm in my truck doing this, and you're like, "Did you get my notes?" I'm like, "No, I'm not prepared at all." I'm going to be so prepared for everything we do
Hmm.
in Boston. Like running is the last thing on my mind in the next couple of weeks. Is just preparing for this and being ready. And so that's what, like, maybe when, if you run Boston next year, great. But like when you don't run Boston, the next year Boston comes around, you're not running. That's
Hmm.
when we're really going to get you deep in the trenches of doing some podcast work, doing some Allie G show work, shaking hands, kissing babies, crossing all the T's and the dotting the lowercase J's is what I like to say.
I love
It's
that.
gonna be when you don't run Boston again, like I'm gonna put you to work, that's for sure. But
I love
enjoy it
it.
now when
Well,
you
I
can.
can't wait. That's true. I can't wait for all the content to come from you guys next weekend. I can't wait. You can follow, of course, along with me on the Ali G Show pod, but also my personal account. I will be probably making a gazillion TikToks with my head of social media, Sydney Oshesky. Shout out to Sid. And yeah, we'll just be putting out a ton of fun content. I'm going to take you with me Saturday, Sunday, probably Monday, and you'll see me on the runs if they don't miss me. You almost missed me last year, Eric. So you can't miss me this year.
You're so
You almost
fast.
missed me.
You're
It
so
doesn't.
fast.
I don't want to hear
I
it. That's
rely
an
on
excuse.
Erica for that, by the way. I can't be like looking at my phone the whole time. I don't even put anyone in the app. I just rely on others. I'm like, everyone needs a job. Everyone needs some type of role. And the role I don't take on is tracking people on my phone because one, there's so many of you we
That's fair.
track, and I'm just buried in the phone the whole time. I'm worried about other things, and delegation is important when it comes to what we're trying to do. And I couldn't do it with some cool people like Tara Pterodactyl and Lindsay when they're helping me there, and Erica as well. I always give Erica a hard time because she's the rock star. I call her my kick-ass rock star. But I try to get her to do a little more every time. She just wants to have fun too. I don't blame her. But I'm like, listen, here's some jobs, some things I need you to do. Follow people. She actually takes on the role pretty much of getting the food and the water and the stuff you guys want at mile 19.2. So she is busy that day. But I rely on others to track you. And I'm like, where's Allie G? How far away is she? And sometimes it's great when you're like within a mile, or not a mile, a minute of a couple others. So we're all focused. Like, here come 3 people within a minute. Because remember with the first year, it was like you and 3 others at the same time, including Yuki. Yuki's the Boston Marathon unicorn, dresses up as that beautiful unicorn all the time. So did I almost miss you? Listen, it's not like I was only tracking one person, but not only did we see you, we got a couple amazing camera angles of you running by.
Yeah, you did. You did. You do always get the content. I'm not going to lie.
If you look at the reel from last year's race, there's actually 2 clips of you running by us, separated by about 15 seconds, because it's the close-up with the high five. And then Steve, Mr. 305, he's got the view from this camera that he's like holding up above everyone's head. And I put it at the most perfect time of that song. It's like you just... Anyways.
Yep.
We won't miss you.
It was great.
And if we do miss you, we won't miss you.
You won't. Haha, you're so funny. I thought you're not good at jokes on the fly. No, I'm excited. I hug the left lane, as I like to call it, when I'm approaching mile 19, just so that I don't miss you, just in case you're before or a little after 19.2.
Yeah, and if you're listening and you're running the Boston Marathon, you're going to hit an aid station on your right at mile 19. Immediately after that aid station, move to the left side of the road, and you're going to come up to an intersection, and about 50 feet before that intersection, you'll see us. We'll have the On the Runs banner on the barricades. There will be a lot of us cheering. Just look for us. Erica's going to be wearing like a yellow Boston Red Sox jersey. It was like a special jersey they wore one year for a couple of games, and it's like in the Boston colors. It's yellow with blue, the Boston Marathon colors. So look for us if you're running. Wave, give us a high five. We're going to have Coca-Cola. I think there'll be fireball shots. And then come to the post-race party, mile 27 party after. We'll be on the podcast stage. Allie G, of course, will be there. Buy your tickets. It's a ticketed event. And I'm going to shout out my sponsor, who will hopefully soon be an Allie G show sponsor, but My Race Tats. Get yourself some My Race Tats. He has some special Boston edition ones right now. Boston. But it might be too late to order the Boston ones and get them in time, but, get them for next year. Get them for any time.
That's right. That's what we like to call manifestation for the following year.
But, hey, anyone can manifest something, but you got to do the fucking work. Remember that. You can manifest as much as you want. It's never going to happen if you don't do the work. And we saw that sign somewhere or something. And when we build a studio or have an office, that's going up there. Yeah, I manifested this, or I dreamed it, or I wanted it, but I also did the fucking work. A lot of people are like, I want this or I want that. They don't put the work in. And that goes from anything, from running, trying to run a marathon, or trying to start up a whole podcast media company or something while also working a full-time job and doing all the things we do. So
that's right.
Remember that, guys. Manifestation is one thing. Put in the work.
I feel like that's a great note to end on, Eric. What a great parting gift from you to the Allie G Show listeners.
Yeah, and sorry this podcast was a mess. All over the tracks. Delays here.
Always.
It's going to be a tough editing job. Allie G spends top dollar on her editor, though, and good luck. I can't wait to hear how it goes. I know Dan's going to talk to you after. Yeah. Happy Friday, by the way, everybody, because this might take a minute. It's going to come out on Friday. Or maybe you're listening on Friday Eve. It might be Friday Eve when this drops, but have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, and I will see everybody in Boston. Wait, did Meb actually talk about his favorite ice cream? Because that's scary. I really did.
It was the
listen
first
while I was
question
running.
I asked him.
I did not. I was not registered. Didn't register.
Erica ran into
fair,
Meb.
No, go ahead.
Erica
I was
ran
gonna say,
into
to be
Meb.
fair, I listened to my. I'm dead. Go ahead. You go first.